Welcome to another edition of Ignite Agility. Today, I want to share a question our team recently received from one of our graduates. I thought it's something many of you might wonder also regarding unplanned work. So I decided to record my answer. Now I'm going to give a three-part answer. I know. Angela, can't you give a simple one? No. So I'm going to give you a three-part answer. And then I'm also going to share some bonus information that I also shared with our graduate. Okay, here's the email. Do you have a few minutes for a question? We have varying opinions on if unplanned work brought into a sprint should be pointed slash estimated. This would be work that is brought into the sprint after planning as it has been determined it's critical and needs to be done now. I value your guidance and appreciate it greatly. Okay, first part of the three parts. Work is work. We do not have all these crazy labels that previous ways of working forced upon us. And I don't care what you call that previous way of working. Popularly, it's been known as project management, SDLC, waterfall. I'm just going to refer to it as waterfall. Well, when I was working in a waterfall environment, there was all kinds of crazy labels. Is it a requirement, an enhancement, a defect, an issue, a bug, planned, unplanned? Did you have to fill out a change request? Oh my gosh. Scrum is so simple. It's just work you got to do. It's called an item. Is that crazy simple? It's just a product backlog item. It's just an item. It's just an item on the backlog. So work is work. Second part, empiricism. Scrum's entire foundation is empiricism. I am seeing more and more people who never understood empiricism because their waterfall hangover is too strong, or I'm seeing teams that have become complacent because there is no talented, amazing Scrum Master reminding them and enforcing empiricism daily. What do I mean by that? Empiricism is transparency, inspect, adapt. Every single day in the sprint, the daily Scrum is, are we on track for the goal? Are we not on track for the goal? And if we're not on track for the goal, what are we going to do about it? Adapt. Transparency. Hey, what's going on? Inspect. What are our options? Adapt. Do something. Adapt, 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 adapt. Now think about waterfall. You discourage adapting. Hence me calling it the waterfall hangover when people don't adapt in Scrum. They haven't recovered from that. Okay, so let's go with what my graduate said, calling it unplanned. What is intended to happen is the product owner, the person responsible for the work direction that the product developers execute, should have performed some sort of due diligence, right? Is it worth interrupting my team? Is it not worth interrupting them? Is there a workaround? Is it a bug? Is it mission critical? Let's just say it's mission critical, like my graduate pointed out in their email. So the product owner would engage the developers in a conversation. If that's at Daily Scrum, so be it. If that's not at Daily Scrum, hey, we have all kinds of ways to talk to each other. We've got phones, we've got text, we've got Slack, we've got Microsoft Teams channels, we have email, we've all kinds of ways that the product owner can engage the developers. Can you still accomplish the sprint goal that we committed to and accommodate this new request? Yes or no? The team may have some questions, but let's just say they say no, we cannot. Adapt. The product owner could terminate the sprint because they're the only one who can. They could also take something off, adapt, 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 adapt. They can take something off the sprint backlog. I could go on because they could split. We could get into all those sorts of things. But let's just say the team says, why, yes, we are on track for our sprint goal. So we can absolutely accommodate that as well, product owner. Well, then we have to have a refinement conversation briefly so that answer number 3, yes, the team can size it using their consistent sizing method. Notice I'm not saying estimating. That word appears nowhere in your Scrum guide on purpose because estimate means guess. And we're not guessing here. We know how long the sprint is. If you do 2-week sprints, it's 2 weeks. No amount of guessing in time is going to change the fact that the sprint is 2 weeks. So we size work compared to other work. Hey, is this piece of work bigger or smaller than this piece of work? And will it fit into the sprint based on our historical data? Notice I'm not saying the word velocity. That word doesn't appear anywhere in the Scrum Guide either. We talk about data, past performance. Now, I don't care if you say velocity because that's what it's intended to mean. But yes, the team would size it accordingly, right, in relation to the other pieces of work, and then pull that in, agreed to by the product owner and the developers. So let me recap that three-part answer for you. Work is just work. Work is just work, right? Don't care what you call it. Secondly, Scrum is based on empiricism, transparency, inspect, adapt. We have a daily opportunity and more, honestly, to adapt. And thirdly, yes, if you pull work into the sprint, it is sized. Period. End of story. Now, here's the bonus. Why do we size work? So the product owner can set expectations with stakeholders confidently using data. It's not an emotional conversation. It's not personal. It's just business. But if the team doesn't size that work, now the product owner cannot say why we're not on track for an overall date. So if we did size that work that came into the sprint, the product owner could show with data at the sprint review, based on this sprint, here's where it puts us for the overall product release. Well, why did it push out 2 weeks? The stakeholder might ask. So glad you asked. There was a mission critical piece of work that came into this sprint that we didn't have on our radar. And so we were able to accomplish it, but using that data, here's where it puts the overall date now. It's a transparency, inspect, adapt mechanism on the product. That's what sprint review is. And if you don't have any data, well, now it's an emotional conversation. And that can lead to all kinds of who's screaming the loudest. And that's no way to run any business. So it really hurts the product owner and ultimately the whole team of developers when we play games with calling work different things and saying, are we going to size this? Are we going to size that? Are we not going to size that? Consistency is the name of the game here. Hopefully, this helps out many of you, not just the graduate who gave us the good question. For more information, you can check out other videos on this YouTube channel and like and subscribe, or you can hit us up at coleadteam.com, collaborativeleadershipteam.com.